Welcome all the devotees to today's morning Japa session and short Srimad Bhagavatam class. On behalf of my leaders, I thank all the Japa leads for being here and doing the services. Hare Krishna. So now let's start this short Srimad Bhagavatam class with a short kirtan. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Gandharvika Giridhari Gaur Hari Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Ananta Dev Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Ananta Dev Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshva Bhatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langaite Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanyam Ishwaram Hari Om Hare Krishna. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 1, text number 25. So let's read the verse. Andakoshe shariresmin sapta varna samyute Vairajah Purusho Yosau Bhagavan Dharanashrayah. Hare Krishna. So translation goes like this. The gigantic universal form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead within the body of the universal shell, which is covered by sevenfold material elements, is the subject for the Virat conception. Hare Krishna. So, the purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Simultaneously, the Lord has multifarious other forms, and all of them are identical with the original fountainhead form of Lord Sri Krishna. In the Bhagavad Gita, it has been proven that the original transcendental and eternal form of Krishna, Lord Krishna, is Sri Krishna, and the absolute personality of Godhead. But by his inconceivable internal potency, that is Atma Maya, he can expand himself by multifarious forms and interactions simultaneously without being diminished in his full potency. He is complete, and although innumerable complete forms emanate from him, he is still complete without any loss. That is his spiritual or internal potency. In the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, manifested his Virat Rupa just to convince the less intelligent class of men who cannot conceive the Lord as appearing just like a human being, that he factually has the potency of his claim to be a supreme absolute person without any rival or superior. Materialistic men think that can think, although very imperfectly, of the huge universal space comprehending an innumerable number of planets as big as the sun. They can see only the circular sky overhead without any information of that universe, as well as many other hundreds of thousands of universes are each covered by sevenfold coverings of water, fire, air, sky, ego, noumenon, and material nature, just like a huge football, pumped and covered, floating on the water of causal ocean, wherein the Lord is lying as Mahavishnu. All the universes in the speed are emanating from breath of Mahavishnu, who is but a part of partial expansion of the Lord, and all the universes presided over by the Brahmas vanish when the Mahavishnu withdraws his great breath. In this way, the material worlds are created and vanished by supreme will of the Lord. The poor foolish materialist can imagine how ignorantly he puts forward an insignificant creature to become his rival incarnation simply on the allegations of a dying man. The Virat Rupa was particularly exhibited by the Lord just to give lessons to such foolish men, so that one can accept a person as the incarnation of Godhead only if such a person is able to exhibit such a Virat Rupa as Lord Krishna did. The materialistic person may concentrate his mind upon the Virat or gigantic form of the Lord in his own interest and as recommended by Shukadev Goswami, but he must be on his guard not to be misled by pretenders who claim to be the identical person as Lord Krishna, but are not able to act like him or exhibit the Virat Rupa comprehending the whole universe. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vitamscha हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So, let's read the translation again. The gigantic universal form of the personality of Godhead within the body of universal shell, which is covered by sevenfold material elements, is the subject for Virat conception. Hare Krishna. So, here, Srimad Bhagavatam, in this chapter, we are seeing about the Virat Rupa of the Lord, descriptions about Virat Rupa. In fact, in second canto, third canto, also, we see very nice descriptions of Virat Rupa. Why is Virat Rupa very important? What are its features? And how it is important for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So all these things will be seeing, trying to understand today in this class. So this Virat Rupa, it is being described in Srimad Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam is the subject matter of Paramahamsas. So we have heard that, right? So Paramahamsas, uh, we can try to understand, or it can be a question for all of you, like why Paramahamsas require the Virat Rupa, right? Because they have direct form of the Lord, which is so wonderful. So they know, right? Paramahamsas means they already know the form of the Lord. So why do they need Virat Rupa even after knowing that? So that thing is left as a question, so you can answer later. So yes, this Virat Rupa, as we all know, is the form of Lord in this material world, right? Like how the whole material world can be compared with the actual form of the Lord, or in the simple words, how a person can see the Lord by seeing the universe. That is Virat Rupa. In Bhagavad Gita also we have seen, right, about this Virat Rupa. Krishna shows Virat Rupa or Vishwarupa, we can say. So Krishna shows, and Krishna says also to Arjuna that what am I, or what represents me. For example, the sun and the moon, right? They are the eyes of the Lord, and the mountains, right? The ocean is the navel of the Lord. So, like that, there are so many wonderful descriptions there. So, what is the requirement of this Virat Rupa? So, Virat Rupa is especially given by the Lord in order to help the atheistic people, say atheistic in the sense we can say like scientists who doesn't believe personal form of the Lord. Hmm? So they cannot understand that Bhagwan is a person, God is a person. They feel very not so comfortable in hearing that. It's fortunate that we all are born in India, and also in India we have got ISKCON, which is focusing on the personal form of the Lord. Mm. That is the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that we can understand Krishna is a person, right? And we don't feel much uncomfortability in that. But the whole world where people are not accustomed to seeing God as a person, they feel it very odd because they imagine that Krishna as a person is not different from themselves. So they are thinking, a how can a person like me become God? Right? Because we all have some limitations, right? Being a human being, there are so many limitations. Like that, how can God be in such simple form? So they want something big, something majestic, something energetic, uh, strong, vast, that kind of thing, you can say. They consider it as God. But the highest perfection of understanding of the Lord ends where Lord is a person and he has feelings and he can exchange various kind of emotions, rasas, with his devotees. Hmm? So that understanding is very great. That is the highest form of understanding. So, Krishna, when he descends in this material world, he comes in his eternal form. He does not take any material form. Hmm. He has his own exact form. So that comes through Atma Maya, his own internal potency, which is inconceivable. He can expand himself due to that internal potency into many other forms. And all forms are having complete potency as Bhagwan Krishna itself. So when Krishna expands into various other incarnations, forms, or when he creates this material world, everything comes from him, right? And all these things are complete. All these things are complete in themselves. Still, after they come out from Krishna, Krishna is still complete. Hmm? So there is that shloka Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. So there it's mentioned that Purnam Adah Purnam Idam. So they are saying Bhagwan is Purna and this Brahmanda is Purna. Purnam Adaha Purnam Idam. That is also full, complete. This is also complete. Purna Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate. So from that complete, this complete comes out. So we can understand that that complete is Bhagavan Krishna. So from Krishna, these complete things are emanating. They are coming. This material world, you can say, it's complete. It's coming from Krishna. Purnat Purnam Udachyate. Purnasya Purnam Adaya. Purnam Eva Avashishyate. So if we take out everything from Krishna, all completeness from Krishna, if we take out, still Krishna remains complete. So that's what they are saying. So there is no loss at all. When innumerable complete forms, innumerable complete universes come out of Krishna, Krishna is still complete. That is spiritual or internal potency. So, still Krishna manifested his Virat Rupa in order to convince the less intelligent class of men who cannot conceive of the Lord as appearing just like a human being, that he factually has the potency of his claim uh, to be supreme absolute person without any rival or superior. So people talk a lot that oh Krishna is just like us. He takes birth. He married. He did all the things which normal man does. What's special in that? He takes birth just like all of us. Although they do not read Srimad Bhagavatam, what it says about Lord Krishna's appearance, still they want to comment on Krishna. They also comment on Rama, right? We have heard that what kind of he's just a king. He has his family. He's a family man. He cried for Sita just like all other men do. So like that they start talking. That's because they are unable to, that we can say it's because of the enviousness that they have for the Supreme Lord. They cannot accept that he is the enjoyer. It's always that I also have to enjoy. Only why only him? I also have to enjoy. So like that, they start thinking. That's why they are unable to accept the personal form of the Lord. So, but they can understand this whole universe as the uh, as God, some energy, you can say. So that thing they can understand, but personal form is very tough for them. So they cannot, they understand because the universe is very much majestic, right? They cannot go to the end of the universe, how much ever they try, right? The scientists are trying so many things, rockets, telescopes, and so many other things they have invented. Still, they are unable to find. Even they are even unable to go beyond the solar system, right? Physically, no, physically even till Jupiter or Saturn also they are unable to go physically. So they only can get the information through some reflecting sounds like that. They get the information what is there, what is not there. So this universe, it is there in a ocean. It's called Garbhodaka Ocean. So in that, okay, it's like a spherical, okay, sphere, like a football, you can say, hollow football, hollow egg. Under means egg. So hollow egg kind of thing, and in that, half of it was filled by is filled by Garbhodaka Ocean, and above that there are planets which are there. Okay, in a simple form, it's like this. So these all Brahmandas they are coming from Mahavishnu. So they come out from Mahavishnu, and when Mahavishnu takes in the breath, all of them go inside the inside Mahavishnu. And who's this Mahavishnu? Mahavishnu is part of partial expansion of the Lord. See, that means Krishna has some expansions, and those expansions again have some expansions. So in that, Mahavishnu comes. So Mahavishnu is the creator of the whole material universes. And then we have to know about Krishna. Who is he? Right? He is the supreme enjoyer, Bhagavan. He is the origin of spiritual as well as material universes, or whatever is there in this whole creation is come from Krishna. So, so we have to try to understand who is Krishna, right? So, uh, and one more thing is why Virat Rupa is important. Of course, it is to give lessons to the foolish men who accept God, who cannot accept God as person, and also who accept person as God. For him also this Virat Rupa is very important. That means whoever claims that by doing some magic tricks, if they claim that yeah I am God, then one should not believe until they show this Virat Rupa. We have to ask that if you are really God, then show me the whole universal form of yours, Virat Rupa, because that is only shown by Krishna when speaking to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. So, and as I said, like those who are unable to conceive personal form, they are advised to meditate upon the universal form of the Lord. Okay, so this universal form of the Lord, when they meditate, they get connected. When they meditate according to the scriptures. Okay, so scriptures have already said that which thing in this material world correlates to which part of the Lord, right? Which bodily part of the Lord. So that thing, when they follow correctly and start meditating upon that form, slowly and gradually they rise to the higher platform of understanding that God is a person. It's very long time which it takes. but still that's okay, right? At least they are trying to be on a spiritual path. So that's why one has to follow what Vedas give. Vedic injunctions has to be followed, uh, whichever they are comfortable with, right? So we have that offense that should not, uh, what, we should not say anything wrong about Vedas, right? And related Vedas and the scriptures which are related to Vedas. We should not defame them. Why? Because the Vedas, although they give so many different options, still if one follows any of the option, he rises to the platform, highest platform gradually. So yeah, when devotees preach, they also have to keep this in mind that the other person, in which level he is there, what he can understand, that much we can preach. Hmm. So, a simple example like, uh, okay, we go to scientists and start speaking about Krishna's personal form, rasas. There are so these kind of relationships one can have with Krishna. So immediately, if we speak that thing, it might not be much appealing to that person. So we'll have to pick something from the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is related to his interest. Like that, we can try to preach in this context. The materialistic person, or we can say karmis, they always want something in return, right? So we may have to preach in that way to bring them nothing. It's just that we are giving them options from Vedas. And then Krishna sends some pure souls who are able to take up this Krishna consciousness seriously, who are able to understand um, this Bhagavata Dharma. So and then they start following. That's Krishna's mercy. That some people are there like that. Okay, so the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, why we need this Virata Rupa, especially neophytes, is because we can remember Krishna every time. We are in this material world, right? Only in temple we can see Archa Vigraha, right? There we can feel the connection, but always we do not stay in the temple, right? Uh, I'm saying about myself. So, like that, all the neophyte devotees who are there, how can they see Lord everywhere is by studying this Virat Rupa. By trying to know this Virat Rupa, one can understand that. Okay, so Krishna is behind all these things. So there is so much of correlation in this whole creation, like our body, whatever happens in the universe, our body or in our body also it happens, because universe and the body are made up of same things. Okay, so whatever happens in universe, same thing body happens. Same thing in our cell happens. If cell are the building blocks of our body. So in that small thing also, the same thing happens. So there are correlations. So from with this Virat Rupa and Srimad Bhagavatam, all these cantos, we learn that what is the relationship between the Lord, the universe and the Jiva and the Lord, Sambandha Gnana. Hmm. So initial of the Bhagavatam describes about Sambandha Gnana. Because by understanding that, we'll understand that everything is one. Hmm. Not in terms of physical oneness, it is in terms of functional oneness, right? So like that we can understand this universe, and then we'll see the Lord everywhere. That is what required, right? At the end of the life we will be able to remember the Lord and go back to Godhead. So here I stop this lecture. So thank you so much for giving this wonderful opportunity of speaking Srimad Bhagavatam today, serving Srimad Bhagavatam today. If any mistakes I have done or not in line with the Guru Parampara, I seek apologies because it's only because of my anarthas. And if anything good you have understood, it's absolutely because of Srila Prabhupada's mercy and Srila Guru Maharaj's mercy and all Vaishnava's blessings. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.